Imagine for a moment a sex-positive utopia, the future of your dreams. What does it feel like? What does it look like? What can you do then that we can't do now? This is the goal and the vision of the sexual liberation movement, to put together a list of really actionable, realistic items that will bring us closer to the sex-positive future of our dreams. In July, we had our first ever Sexual Independence Day. It was on July 4th, and we had so much fun getting your insights into what makes you feel sexually empowered and envisioning the future we want. At that time, we also launched a community doc where we collected these action items to see, what we can do, like for real. So today I'd like to go over the list as it is now. Again, it is a working document. This is not set in stone by any means. We want it to evolve and progress with you, with your help. And next steps actually are to bring this to the organizations and the leaders who are already working on this and kind of collect all of their insights and efforts into a single place, and to really showcase the work that they've already done, the progress that they've already made, and how can we support them to take it even further. Tell me what you think. Point number 1 is decriminalize sex work and allow sex workers free and equal access to necessary financial services. Number 2, repeal SESTA FOSTA, period. Next is enact regulations that will protect all sex workers with added protections and opportunities for BIPOC and trans people, and that will allow law enforcement and sex workers to address trafficking in a constructive and non-hysterical fashion. Free and easily accessible birth control and menstrual products. Free and easily accessible. Next up is teach standardized, evidence-based, regularly updated 21st century sex education classes in all elementary, middle, and high schools, of course, with consideration for those different age ranges. Next is teach media literacy classes in all elementary, middle, and high schools, maybe college too. Proliferate easily accessible resources and information for adults, especially parents and caregivers. A lot of times in issue 9 of Math Magazine, we have a sex educator and like a media literacy educator talking about how parents come to them with concerns about how to talk to their kids about online porn and navigating the complex social dynamics of texting and sexting and all of that. And that information should be more readily available. Next is include information about the LGBTQIA+ and BIPOC experience in the medical industrial complex, and how to address the most common prejudices for all medical practitioner training and education. Provide protections for their health and safety, especially in emergency situations. Next is change all relevant city, state, and federal paperwork, including birth certificates and passports, to allow non-binary gender options, with the stated purpose of normalizing non-binary gender in business and services, such as airlines and credit card companies. Next, we have require immediate and thorough FDA and CPSC regulation of sexual wellness tools and products, including requirements for manufacturers and retailers to disclose materials and ingredients used in products. Outlaw conversion therapy. Our next bullet point is build community centers in every town or city above a minimum population These centers will provide space for counseling, STI testing, informative events, social gatherings, and whatever else is deemed necessary by the community. Normalize being LGBTQIA+ and encourage shame-free self-identification. No one should have to hide this part of their identities. So for something like that bullet point, I would recommend, and I actually did in the document, that we want to have specific action items. So that's sort of an example of a result that we would like to see, and we want to list the actions we can take in order to make this happen. So that's a great example of how we're like finding the words to say what we need to say, and we're working on it together. Next is mandate that hormone treatments and gender reassignment surgeries be entirely covered by health insurance. Awesome. Next is demand online porn sites make responsible changes to their sites and business practices. These include, but are not limited to, sweeping improvements to site categories and search terms, the total elimination of so-called revenge porn. I've heard it also called it's like media, like abuse through media, because, yeah, I won't get into it, but you know what I'm talking about. And bring an end to the theft and reposting of original work created by independent porn actors, writers, and producers. Lastly, we have investigate and regulate the unchecked power, ergo censorship, user data uses, security, emotional manipulation for profit, manipulation of political elections around the world of Facebook and Google. And innovate new spaces for true freedom of expression and authentic and unmanipulated connection. And so that's the list right now. I'd love for you to add to it, refine it, rephrase things in a way that makes more sense or is clearer. Next steps would be to do that, and then also we're putting together a list below that list of organizations that we would love to hear from. We would love to know what they think of these ideas and how maybe we can execute on these ideas and support the people that are doing these things. So far on the list is SWOPE. I'm not sure how you say it. It's SWOPE. We have Planned Parenthood, ACLU, and Red Canary Sings. I think that's the name of it. Would love for you to add to the list, especially if it's your organization or your work. We're very excited to move these things forward. So let me know what you think, and I don't know. I'll see you soon.